I'm Nestor. I was born HIV positive. I found out when I was 12, 13.
Mi nombre es Ariana Lynn. Soy una mujer trans latina que vive en Estados Unidos, en el South, con VIH desde 2006.
My name's Anthony. I'm 53. I'm positive 21 years.
My brother was HIV positive. When I first found out, time stopped for a minute.
I'm Brenda, I'm 21, I'm from Milford, Pennsylvania. I was born HIV positive. Growing up, being the only one who is HIV positive in my family was very lonely and very confusing.
My family comes from El Salvador.
Born and raised in Brooklyn.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Chicago, Illinois.
Colombian.
Broward County.
Port Jervis, New York.
Savannah, Georgia.
And Hollywood, Florida.
Anyone can be affected by HIV.
Black, white, gay, straight, it's all over. From the beginning, it was labeled as a deadly weapon disease and everything, where in reality, HIV is just a virus. It's the stigma that's the deadly disease.
Stigma might be being afraid to have your hair cut by somebody who's HIV positive. Thinking, I don't know if I want him coming to my church if he's HIV positive.
People have those beliefs that you could get HIV from kissing someone, sharing a toilet seat, sharing drinks.
Holding hands is not by kissing, eating with the same fork that you just used.
I think a lot of it's fear. Like, you fear you don't know. You don't know what HIV is and you're scared.
That's what's killing people. They feel like they cannot open up about what's going on with them.
El estigma es como el aire. Tú no lo ves, pero lo sientes.
We've heard what HIV stigma is, but let's take a closer look at the concept. HIV stigma is rooted in fear of HIV. There are many misconceptions about how HIV is spread and what it means to live with HIV today. This lack of information and outdated beliefs leads people to fear getting HIV. On top of fear, people think of HIV as a sexually transmitted disease that only certain types of people get. This leads to value judgments about people that are living with HIV. This combination of fear and judgment is the perfect storm that fuels HIV stigma. These painful displays of stigma can sometimes cause people living with HIV to believe the harmful ideas that others hold and to develop negative feelings and emotions about themselves.
I felt so miserable. I felt so angry with the world and everyone around me that I had isolated myself from everyone. I kept having that same voice telling me, you're a monster. Why do you even try? They're not going to want to be around you. They're not going to love you. At a time where you're about to hit puberty and all these changes are going to happen, you find out that it's just something much worse around the corner. I didn't think I was going to live.
They were afraid that my siblings would tell people, they were afraid that I would tell people, and bad things would happen. And I internalized a lot of that shame and a lot of that stigma, and I was very depressed. I stopped taking my medicine towards the end of high school. I didn't want to go to college. I was convinced that I just wasn't supposed to be here. My parents kept it very secret.
I'm positive 21 years. My ex was negative. We were together for 6 years, 7 years. His family, his friends said, why are you with him? Do you want to catch what he has? Why would you put yourself at risk?
Mi nombre es Damaris Cruz, vivo en Deerfield Beach, Florida. Hace 27 años que tengo VIH. Salimos en un primer date y cuando dije que tenía VIH, se limpiaron al frente mío porque me habían tocado y me dejaron a pie. Lloré muchísimo y entonces mi mamá me dio, en ese momento, mi mamá me dio fuerza para salir adelante y para hablar de esta condición.
I'm David L. Massey.
I'm Johnny Lester.
One of my family members came into my home about to unpack their clothes, and I see brand new towels. And so I said, oh, you didn't have to buy towels for the trip. I mean, we have towels. And she said, Oh no, I always travel with brand new towels. And I had to remember that this was her first time after hearing that I was diagnosed. So I had to then put on my education hat and say, you know, it's not what you think it is.
Better options for treating HIV have led to better health outcomes for those living with HIV. People living with HIV are living lives that are healthy and full.
My name is Maria Mejia. I'm Colombian. I am 44 years old. I am not only surviving but thriving with HIV for 29 years.
What's one thing that we should know about you?
I am all things music.
I sing, I play guitar.
I want to get married one day and have kids.
Just look at me. I'm happy.
New prevention options also mean that there are more ways to prevent the spread of HIV than ever before.
We have the medicine to keep people from getting HIV.
Pre-exposure prophylaxis, PrEP, is an HIV prevention option for people who are HIV negative. It works by taking one pill every day. When taken daily, it can greatly reduce the risk of getting HIV.
I take my medication every day and have 100% adherence. I get my labs done regularly with my doctor.
People living with HIV who take their HIV medicine as prescribed and achieve and keep an undetectable viral load have effectively no risk of transmitting HIV to their HIV-negative sexual partners. This means that taking HIV medicine as prescribed and getting and keeping an undetectable viral load is one of the best ways to prevent sexual transmission of HIV.
This is going to free us from the stigma of being seen as infectious. It's going to promote adherence. It's going to promote disclosure because a lot of people are afraid.
My name is Donnie Hugh. I'm an artist and I'm from Los Angeles, California. Don't be afraid to love and share and experience life with someone living with HIV.
There's no reason to perpetuate these stigmas in everyday life. I think it's really incumbent upon all of us to think about our everyday lives and how we relate to HIV and how we can better and best love people who live with HIV in our community.
My mayor is HIV positive, and he started a support group. And so meeting them, it was the first time that I saw that people can live with HIV and they can be successful and they can have partners and be married and have kids and have families.
My sisters, even though we were separated a lot because of foster care, they were always there for me.
I see my brother and him having, being HIV positive doesn't change anything for me. I think I treat him the exact same way I treat my other brother.
If more people fight against that fear that they have in their head and accept that people with HIV are human beings and they do human being things, you really are supporting me because people need people.
I can't be any more happier that I have all the support from my family, my friends.
HIV is nothing to be afraid of. It's something to take control of. It's something to combat as a community.
Uno piensa a veces que la vida se le va a acabar. Pero entonces siempre hay alguien que te apoya y te dice, mira, no, tú eres una persona normal igual que cualquier otra.
I distinctly remember when you disclosed to me, our conversation was pretty short. It was like, so I was born with HIV, and it was like, okay.
Okay. Knowing that there are people who are aware of your status and accept it and are okay with it makes it so much easier to open up.
And I guess that's the best thing anyone can do for anybody, is to be there for them.
And help them cope with it.
You can't do this on your own.
You're not my friend with HIV, you're my friend.
People who are infected are no different than you. We bleed the same, we look the same, we dress the same, we act the same. There's no different.
I think as easily as people talk about sports at the dinner table, you should be able to talk about HIV at the dinner table.
Because I can learn more from her.
To end stigma is no easy task.
But what gives me hope is the fact that I can literally change the mindset of my family. And if I can change their mindset, I can change the world's mindset.
The fact is that the first word in this virus is human, and that's what we are. And as humans, we love and we want to be loved.
HIV doesn't define you.
The stigma is bad for everyone. Love is the answer for everything.
Let's stop HIV together. Learn how at cdc.gov/together.